sorry, Mr. Kanoff. My teacher let me out late. I'm sorry.
15 minutes late.
I'm sorry.
You think that's acceptable?
Oh my God,
acceptable?
I'm sorry. Jesus.
Well, as I was saying, a circle of radius 2 sits inside a parabola y equals x squared and touches at 2 points. What's the equation of the circle? Greg? Here.
Mr. Kanoff, I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry, but I don't know how to do it.
Come on, Greg.
I don't know how to do it.
Come on.
Why are you doing this to me? I don't know how to do it.
Come on.
Do you know how to do it?
No. Go and ask Leila. Get out of here. Get out of here. I think I know how to do math.
Can you help me out?
Yeah, here's how we do the problem. Okay, so here's how you solve the problem.
Oh. This is way too small. Sorry, I don't get it still.
Okay, we'll work it out from the start.
Alright, so where do I start?
Well, let's start with you writing the equation of a circle. Great, and we know that we can ignore an x minus h because the center of the circle is on the y-axis.
So should I find the slope of the line tangent to the circle?
Yeah. And also find the slope of the line tangent to the parabola so we can set the two equations equal and find a point where the circle can rest on the parabola. Great. Here we have the derivative of the circle, and here's the derivative of the parabola.
Alright, so now I should probably plug them in.
Yeah, let's set them equal to make sure the slopes are the same. So when we find this x value, we'll know that that is the point where a circle and a parabola would have a common tangent line. We can rule out the x equals 0 point because that would only work if the radius of the circle was 0, which isn't actually possible, leaving us with an x value of plus or minus root 15 over 2. Okay, so now we have to look at the restrictions of our x coordinate. So since we know in our picture that the circle needs to be fully encompassed by the parabola, at the point where the circle is at its largest horizontally, we need to find the point on the parabola at the same height level that will be larger than 2.
So at y equals k, x needs to be greater than 2, correct?
Mm-hmm. For the parabola, yeah. And we'll use that restriction to find the boundary of the k value.
Is that right?
Perfect. So now when we go back to our circle equation, we can plug in the x value we found earlier, plus or minus root 15 over 2, and solve for k. Remember that we just found that k has to be greater than or equal to 4. So we can rule out the 13 over 4 value because it doesn't fulfill that requirement.
Alright, so now I got 17 over 4, so simply I just have to plug it into the equation. And perfect. I got the answer.
Great job.
Yes, I got it! Mr. Kanoff!
Let's go outside and teach you a real lesson.
Solve the problem.
Teach you a lesson on the field.